ביאור משנה ה'. משנתנו דנה באנשי מבוי. Our Mishnah today is going to deal, there's two concepts before we even start. There's Eruv Chatzerot. There's an Eruv you make for houses who share a courtyard. Call it a neighborhood, a small neighborhood. And then you have a couple of neighborhoods who share a street. And the way you make an Eruv in the street and in the houses are going to be different.
The street is a hammerhead though.
Yeah, there's two kinds of streets we didn't discuss yet, I don't think.
No, it's a מבוי, באנשי מבוי, זה לא hammerhead. In other words, it doesn't go through. It goes to the houses and go back.
Oh, so there's two types of streets. We didn't discuss both of them yet.
Like
There's
the
מבוי סתום and מבוי מפולש. There's two ones. I'm not even sure that...
Just מבוי.
Yeah. Let's say both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, let's say both of them. משנתנו דנה באנשי מבוי. So our Mishnah is going to talk about the street Eruv. שהייתה להם שותפות מסחרית במאכל מסוים. Now it's an interesting thing. They're partners. All these guys in the Chatzer, or all the guys in the neighborhoods are partners in something. And they're partners in what? They all have shares in a food company.
Huh?
In a food company.
In a food company?
In a food company they have a share. Yeah? במאכל מסוים. In a food company. So the question is, since they're already sharing the food, because they have, they're all on a factory, so do they still need to make an Eruv now? Because they already have an Eruv. That's the question, okay? אם צריכים הם שיתוף אחר לעניין שבת. So since they're all partners, do they need another Eruv for Shabbat? ומבואר בגמרא, and the Gemara explains, שדווקא שיתופי מבואות עושים בכל מאכל. And here's going to be the difference. When it comes to the neighborhoods making an Eruv with the street, you need anything. It doesn't matter what... Any food will be good. שהוא, אבל עירובי חצרות אין מערבים אלא בפת. But when it comes to courtyard, you have to do it on bread. So that's the difference. If you want to do the street goes with any food.
So
but
now
the courtyard...
question, what if I live in a courtyard and they're all on a part in a bakery?
Yeah, we'll go, that's we're going to have the cases. שעירוב חצרות, why? What's the difference? Because it says, the Eruv for courtyards, mishum dirahu. It's the Eruv because of your dwelling place. שיהיה נחשב, that you're going to think, כאילו כולם גרים בדירה אחת. It's like you say, everybody is living under one roof. But in the street, you're not going to say the street, everybody's living in the street. So there's no need for it. ואין דירתו של אדם נמשכת אלא אחר פיתו בלבד. And it says, where is your dwelling place? Where you eat. Where your table is, that's where your dwelling place. ואם עשו שיתופי מבואות בפת, but now you can make it easy. Just do the שיתוף מבוא in the street. Once you do that with bread, all the neighborhoods do with bread, שוב אין צריכים לערב עירובי חצרות. Now everybody is included already in that. And you don't need to do another one for עירובי חצרות. So if you do it with wine, for example, let's take an example. You do it with wine, the street, you make an Eruv with wine, you still need to do Eruv chatzerot with bread. But if you do Eruv street with bread, you don't need to do the courtyard with... You cover, that's right. אבל אם נשתתפו במאכל אחר, but if they did with another food, צריכים לערב עירוב חצרות, they still need to do עירוב חצרות, ואין סומכים על השיתוף. And we don't rely on the fact that they own together the factory or the winery or whatever it is. כדי שלא, and it says, what's the idea? כדי שלא תשכח תורת עירוב מן התינוקות. So that the kids are going to see that people are making an Eruv, otherwise once everybody has a share in the streets, then you're never going to have an Eruv again. Nobody's ever going to do for hundreds of years. You don't need to. And so the only idea they did Chatzerot is just for that you'll do it often enough.
Same as Shemitah in a way, no?
Today, yeah.
כן,
Yeah, yeah.
כאילו לא...
Yeah, same idea, so not to forget. ברם, אם נשתתפו בפת, but if they did the street with bread, יודעים התינוקות שמטלטלים בחצר משום השיתוף שעשו בפת. The kids will know, yeah, the bread was done on the street, so therefore we can go. Okay, let's see the case. בעל הבית שהיה שותף לשכנים, owner of the house, that he had partnership with his neighbors, שבמבוי, that are on the street, שותפות של מסחר ולא של עירוב. They had the winery together. All the people on the street own a winery. לזה ביין ולזה ביין. He had a partnership with this, the left neighbor with wine and the right neighbor with wine. והיין, but the important part is that the wine has to be in the same container. In other words, he cannot have two businesses. One business of wine with this one in one container, another business.
The same business because they have to be a shutafim.
That's right. Everybody has to be. In other words, there's going to have to be one partnership
in one business.
In every drop of wine. Everybody has to own every drop of wine. It's not enough that I have a partnership with you and a partnership with you. Yeah? והיין הוא בכלי אחד. The wine has to be in one vessel. אינם צריכים לערב. They don't need to make an Eruv. We're not talking about Eruv חצרות, we're talking about the street. כלומר, לעשות שיתוף המבוי, which means they don't need to make a שיתוף in the מבוי. שהיין המשותף עולה להם לשיתוף לעניין שבת. Because the wine, they already have. They already all share the same wine. What happened לזה ביין ולזה בשמן? He has a deal with this guy, the right neighbor with wine, and the left neighbor with oil. Right? This other. אבל אם היה שותף לאחד ביין ולאחד בשמן, but if he was partnership with one in wine and one with shemen, or even like we said before, two different partnerships, that's the idea, two different partnerships, הואיל וכל מין הוא מן הסתם בכלים אחר, because obviously the wine is, you're not going to put it in the same barrel as the oil, you're not going to mix them, ואפילו לזה ביין ולזה ביין כשהוא בשני כלים, even if the two wines are in different, it's a different partnership, with you 30%, with you 35%, for example, whatever it is, צריכים לערב.
No, not to this 35 and this 30. It's two different manufacture. This is a different yain manufacturer, and this is a different.
No. You put it in the same warehouse, but it's a different deal. I have a different deal with you than a different deal with you.
Oh, I see.
It's not the same. We're not partners in the same. We're
not
not
partner
all
in
three.
the manufacturer.
There's two partnership here. Yeah. One with you and one with you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the idea behind it.
Yeah.
צריכים לערב. Then they need to make an eruv. לשתף שיתוף אחר לעניין שבת. They need to make another שיתוף, another something for שבת. ששותפתם לשם מסחר אינה מעולה בחורגון זה. That effect that their partners, it doesn't help in this case. לשם שיתוף המבוי, for the street to become one entity. רבי שמעון אומר, רבי שמעון says, no, I disagree. אחד זה ואחד זה, it says, I don't care, בין שהוא שותף לזה ביין ולזה ביין, ובין שהיה שותף לזה ביין ולזה בשמן, it says, I don't care what the partnership is. If you have partnership with both guys, אינם צריכים לערב. That partnership that you have is like, you partnered with everybody. You partnered with food, the food doesn't have to be the same. Yeah? You come to my house, you bring the bread and he brings the wine. Well, it's fine.
Bring the oil.
And Badra brings the oil, that's right. As long as it's in one place. שמועילה שותפתם לשם שיתוף המבוי. But אין הלכה כרבי שמעון. Rabbi Shimon, again, this is Rabbi Shimon. We never go like him, like Rabbi Akiva. They always stay on their own. Poor guys.